Here's a look at the markets through the eyes of the EminiDayTrader approach to trading for Monday, January the 26th, 2009. We had been mentioning recently that we had been combining some of our market profiles. You can see that some of these are more than one day. The ones up here are only one day. And so we had anticipated that we were due for an end of this horizontal development into more of a vertical, either up or down. And overnight the market did come down and test the low here, had a strong opening right here, and then went vertically up early part of the day. Late in the day came down and tested this support area, which we're still wanting to monitor. This is that 8:30 area that I mentioned, I believe, on Friday, today being, of course, Monday the 26th of January. So this is still a fairly critical area in the 8:30. It did dip below it late today, but then bounced above it to close above it, and we're still thinking that it should act as support. If it doesn't, obviously, then then it would likely switch over and become resistance. But we did have the inclination that, or the indication that the market was leaning higher, and that we thought it would go higher, although we were certainly not 100% convinced of that. But when it did open higher, we were able to get on board an excellent long trade in order to capture some of that expected vertical move off of the horizontal or consolidation sideways movement that had occurred during most of last week. So when we take a look here at the overnight profiles, we can see that here's where the market did come down. It did dip right in here towards that low. This is the overnight trade here in the square, the market profile and its corresponding volume, and this was what happened during the day session today. So this is our support area that I was just mentioning. It dipped right down to it. We were looking around the 810 area to the 830 area as key prices, and as you can see here, the market opened just above 830 and then had a very quick move above that all the way up to what turned out to be the high of the day at 49.50 before it came back down and then dipped into where some of the most of the volume had traded on the overnight basis before it had that lift. So when we take a look at the actual trades that we had today, we had a lot of trades today. Our first trade was based on this swift vertical up move here. We had rejection off of one of our signals right here, so we got long right here, and we're able to participate in this nice up movement here of about 10 points. Short time after that, we had another two of our indicators come in and get us into a couple of short trades. So one was right here and the other one right here. The first trade on this pair was a break even, but the second trade was a very nice profit. We were able to stay in the trade down to here and exiting the final partial for about 3 some points. By the way, the exiting on our first partial, or I should say on the first trade that we got long in here, the exit on our final partial was 7.25 points. So we had two really great trades here at the beginning of the day. One of them a break even, the other two really nice profits. Our fourth trade of the day was when the market actually dipped down in this area. We tried to get long right here, did not get filled, but did get filled here. And it had a nice 4.75 point bounce for us. So we were able to have a nice profit as the market had that bounce right there. The next trade that we had a symbol right in here to get us long. This is the one trade we got stopped out on today. This was not a trigger, this particular symbol down here. But when the market rallied up, we got long here, and then we actually reversed it a very short time later. It hit our first two objectives, but we reversed it here. So we made our 1.5, and it turned around where we got short, and then it came back down and made our other 1.5, and then we had another signal to get long here, which was the last trade of the day, getting into that one just about 8:31, and it had a nice move up higher right up into here. So just on that final partial, as a matter of fact, on that trade, we were able to take out 4 points on our final partial position on that trade. It had actually moved in our favor 6.25 points. So we had a very interesting day today. We had 8 trades. One of them we were stopped out on. One of them was a break even. All the others were very nicely profitable. So actually one of our better days. It was just one of those days where everything other than that one trade just really fell into place nicely, and it did help that the action that we were anticipating with a pretty good vertical move did occur um, shortly after the open, so we were able to get on board that, and that was actually our best trade of the day. But also a lot of other opportunities here as well today. So just a quick recap of what we think the market is doing. We need to keep monitoring that 830 level as well as today's high and just above that. So this is a resistance area up in here around the 849 area. Above that, there's resistance around the 856 area. So that would be resistance 856, and also right here approximately 849. So those are the immediate resistance, and we need to monitor in this 830 area here, which is the immediate support, as well as today's low too, which could very well act as support down around 824. Those are the immediate support and resistance going into tomorrow. We still think the market is likely to move higher, although we do have some news coming out this week. There is some housing news tomorrow, but of course on Wednesday you really got to watch out, because the FOMC will be meeting, and they will have an announcement which usually comes in at 2:15 Eastern time. So, and of course that could what they do or the language in their decision could obviously affect the market. But as it's looking right now, it's trying to go higher, although not with tremendous confidence, but still leaning that way ever so slightly. So that's just a quick recap of the trades from EminiDayTrader. And if you have any interest in learning a little bit more about what we do here at EminiDayTrader.com, just go to our website or send us an email at info@EminiDayTrader.com, and we'd be happy to hear from you, and just any questions or comments, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So thanks for taking the time to view this video.